up this morning, got the radio on, sipping cold coffee, knowing the day will be long. Just waiting for James to call with his PZ and name, but the hours keep passing, feels like a fool's game. I got the rig already, tuned to every band, but I'm stuck here waiting with the mic in my hand. Oh, I'm sitting here waiting, just wasting my time for James to activate, to hear that call sign. Gotta catch him once just to get through the day, but it's hours of silence while the minutes slip away. Then finally I'll hear him, that sweet PZ in tone, and I'll be free to leave that radio alone. I skip my lunch, man, just waiting for the call. Dinner's getting cold, now I ain't hungry at all. The sun's going down, but James still ain't on the air. Got me pulling my hair out, sitting in this chair. Every minute that passes feels like 100 more. Just need to work James and I'm out that door. Oh, I'm sitting here waiting, just wasting my time for James to activate, to hear that call sign. Gotta catch him once just to get through the day, but it's hours of silence while the minutes slip away. Then finally I'll hear him, that sweet PZ in tone, and I'll be free to leave that radio alone. I'm hanging by a thread, man, where you been? The clock keeps ticking, but my heart stands still until I hear James calling. I'm stuck here against my will. Oh, I'm sitting here waiting, just wasting my time for James to activate, to hear that call sign. Gotta catch him once just to get through the day, but it's hours of silence while the minutes slip away. Then finally I'll hear him, that sweet PZ in tone, and I'll be free to leave that radio alone. Now the day's finally over, and I got him on the air, but tomorrow's another way. Guess I'll be back there, free for now, but just until it starts again, sitting by the radio, waiting for that PZ in.
What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by, your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Sunday, time for some shenanigans, some great music, and a little bit of fun with me and Dan. Before we get started, let's thank these guys. They are the Patreons. They're absolutely awesome people, and there's a bunch of them that can't wait for a couple more weeks because we got another Patreon meetup coming up. Also, shout out to the YouTube members, the ones in green in the chat, or maybe blue if they're administrators. Thank you guys very much, and we'll be back on track with your videos. Last week got off a little bit, but we'll be back on track this week. And the ever-changing Adventure Club board, and it did change this week for a change. Kilo Delta 9, Uniform Delta Victor, who was knocked off a couple weeks ago, is right back into ninth place on the board, and he says he's going to stay there this time. We'll see. What is up, Mr. Dan?
What is up, buddy? And somber Memorial Day to everybody. Before I read the list of names here, I do want to mention something that kind of pissed me off on the POTA Facebook group. Go figure out. Somebody asked if they're going to be doing activations on Memorial Day or if everybody's going to be busy celebrating. And that kind of triggered me. Memorial Day is not a day of celebration in my book. I don't think those two words should be put together. It's a day of remembrance and mourning for the people we have lost that served in our military. So if you have lost somebody in the military, thank you for your sacrifice, and obviously thank you for theirs. But that said, let's see if we can get it on a little lighter note here. First in the chat, Ronnie, Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu, Romeo X-Ray. What is going on, buddy? Kent, Kilo 9, Alpha, Echo, Kilo Oscar 4, Golf, Bravo, what's happening, Mo? Andy Callie, always good to see you. Brent, November 4, Bravo Delta Whiskey. What's up, brother? Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie, who has completed activating all of Alabama. Congratulations, buddy. Awesome job. Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra X-Ray Hotel. Bill, what is up? Whiskey 0, Charlie Golf Charlie from East Tennessee. He said he'll have a large vanilla shake and a small onion rings. I appreciate it. KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Hound. What's up? Kilo 8, Golf Quebec. Grampy Tamps. What's going on, buddy? Bob, Whiskey 4, Golf Alpha. I love the call sign, man. James Walker, that is Dad. Kilo Delta 9, Uniform Victor. Kilo? Yeah, that's him. Martini, the Jumbo Marshmallow, says Bubblegum. Alpha Delta 9 and Whiskey Mike. Dennis, what's up, buddy? 88 KB. Mike, hello. Kilo Echo 4, Eastern Standard Time, and Kilo 4.
Lima, India.
No. The other Kilo 4.
Oh, you're talking about Michael.
Alpha. What's going on, Mary? Alpha Echo 4, X-Ray Oscar. That's Georgia Parks and Propagation. That's our buddy Ron Chris. He's out doing a huge rove today and tomorrow. Go check him out right now. He's on 7265.
Yeah, get him 11 really quick so he can pay his taxes. Although
That's
is
right.
not really a negotiating point, Chris.
That is right. He's going to hit, hopefully by the end of tomorrow, he's going to hit a couple parks that I need so I can work all of Georgia. So thank you very much, Chris. And speaking of Tom Cruise, there he is. Kilo 4, Lemur Indier is in the house. Happy hump day. Happy shenanigans Sunday, everybody. And what is up, James?
Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me. I'm on fire. Help me, Tom Cruise. Oprah Winfrey, help me.
You're not going to be happy unless you're going Mach 2 with your hair on fire there, buddy.
Oh, well, no, I tell you, I live my life just like Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last, and that's how I live it. So
Rubbin's racing, baby.
I don't got to be on fire. Hey, thank you very much for the super tax check there, Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie. Not
Super
roving though, but always good to pay your taxes.
I forgot to say it. Sorry, episode 123. 123 is where we're at.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Feel like I'm on.
Everybody is having a good holiday weekend, and please do not forget why you're getting the day off on Monday. And I'll tell you, but everybody have a good weekend. Hopefully you're getting to do a little bit of POTA, and hopefully you got a station good enough to hear POTA in these band conditions.
Been great, haven't we? Yeah. It has been rough. That is, James is out there running every digital mode on the planet that doesn't start with F and T.
Oh, here we go. You're going. You thought you just wanted to rant at the beginning, so you figure, well,
hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me.
So you're going to get me started. So you look like you're not the ranter, right? So yeah, I'm going to rant now since you got it started. Tell me why the whole daggone world will do FT8, the most boring digital mode. I mean, you might as well sit and watch paint dry. It's so boring. But yet somebody goes out there and does every other digital mode where you actually got to interact with the activator like you would on Sideband or CW. And it's like pulling teeth.
That's right.
I've done PSK 31 this weekend. I've did Hellscriber. I've did Thor. I've did Olivia. And I tell you what, minimal contacts on all of them. Guys, that's absolutely ridiculous.
J69 Zulu was a busy man this morning. I'll tell you what's been busy. Man, when it rolled over to 0 Zulu and that daggone CW WPX contest started, I watched the scope down on the 20-meter CW portion. It was nice and quiet. 0 Zulu rose around.
Now, see, I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Eric. People will hunt FT8. They'll hunt FT8 like crazy, and I can prove that in about a week when I'm running the Whiskey Aim Oscar Golf FT8 for the Lewis and Clark during POTA, and people will hunt FT8 like crazy. But man, you get them to try to do something where they're not running some kind of automatic crap, and it's ridiculous.
1,000 contacts, Mike. Awesome, buddy.
There we go.
Heck
Lost my
yeah.
1,000 with
88K. Yeah. Got a
1,000 with the
kilo.
king, and I actually know that I have to bring Terry your coin to get it sent out, but that's okay because I'm going to Charleston tomorrow, so I can bring him your coin tomorrow. You're actually like 1,000, maybe closer to 1,030 than you are to 1,000 now.
Oh, and do me a favor while you're there in Charleston at Terry's place. Give him the coin, but get your underwear back. His Etsy store is overflowing.
All right, there's Chris's taxes, and FT8 is easier. FT8 is lazier, is what FT8 is. You all just want to push the button and say, "Yeah, I made a contact with somebody."
Well, it's better than Hellfield, because that one you
It's
got to
not.
cross your eyes, no, dude. You got to cross your eyes to read it straight.
It's not because Hellscriber reminds you of your college days where you see double everything.
That's true. That's true. Sometimes triple.
Oh, thank you
No,
very
did-
much for the super chat. Chris
No,
used
did
to
you?
hunt me, and now he says his software don't work. You know what? Get a new software, Chris.
I don't know.
And Chris, no digi here. I'm down with that. You don't do digital at all. I'm down with you not hunting me on these weird bands. But if I catch y'all on FT8 and y'all ain't hunting me on these other bands, there's something wrong with you.
I will admit, I did see your spots, and I did see you in the chat actually saying, you know, like where the hell is everybody at? They're not hunting me, but I was knee deep into doing some editing that I neglected. That's what happened.
I mean, I did Thor.
Yes.
What kind of man are you when you don't hunt somebody that's doing Thor?
Yeah.
He's a superhero, for God's sake.
Grampy Terry said his software doesn't work either.
I think Grampy Terry doesn't work with his software. Is what I think that deal is.
Yeah. Maybe we should make him some new software.
I will give a shout out to November Whiskey 8 Delta. He followed me around everywhere hunting stuff. He got me this morning on Thor. He got me on Olivia. So that's all right. Come December 31st, when I'm only doing some rare digital mode, and that's my only activation for today. And all these people who's hunted me 364 other days and they don't get in the log, you know, they'll be like, man, I wish I'd have learned that stuff. One activation on December 31st. It's 2:30 a.m. and it's going to be something like Thor.
You did that last year, but PSK 31 then went QRT for like the next 6 hours.
Yeah, people sweated, didn't they?
Yeah. Everybody's going to the store and buying more right guard because they're perspiring through their clothes.
Yeah.
Michael, yeah, you activated the throne room. That's true.
Yep, Michael and Mary, they got to activate the throne room. They got not only did they get to visit the throne room, they got to go over into the King's hot dog kitchen. So they did pretty good, even though nobody got hot dogs, but everybody got the chili for their fries like I did.
You know, chili cheese fries sound really good right now.
But you know, normally when I go there, I only get I just get chili to dip my fries in because their chili is amazing. But Mary actually got cheese, and I tried it with chili and cheese, and it was even better. So
I like chili cheese fries every now and again. If you're around me for the next half an hour after I eat them, you're probably not going to be too likeful of me, but they taste amazing. I like them.
See, here goes Eric talking about stuff I don't know how to do yet on Satellites and getting me all aggravated. APRS on the ISS. Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet. I'm barely making contacts, but I'm still having fun with it. And I'm still watching your videos when they pop up.
That's on my list. It's on my list of stuff to do. But
well, it's actually going to be nice to actually go to summer field day this year and actually be able to make a satellite contact for bonus points. So that's going to be nice.
I'm going to say this here first on Shenanigans because probably nobody will relate it. Maybe you will. Maybe in the future you'll realize what I'm talking about, but this is just going to be here for, I guess, prosperity stakes. I have loaded up a pair of forks as a dipole. So everybody watch out.
So Eric says he dropped a video yesterday on how to track the easy way. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, when I watched his video, I had that moment when I said, "What? No way! You mean to tell me that I've been?" I mean, that's how I felt when I watched this video, because it was like how to eat cereal: stick spoon in bowl, bring to mouth, and you know, it's like somebody who has been eating cereal with a pair of chopsticks.
Yeah.
that's it. It just made total sense what he said.
Isn't that funny when you have something down? This happened to be not too long ago, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But it's something I've been doing for a long time, and I thought I had it down pat. Man, I got this mastered. And I saw somebody else on YouTube doing it, and they simplified the whole thing so much it made me look just totally stupid. I was like, why was I doing it this way? That works fine for me, but it was so much more effort than this guy was doing it. It's like, wow, crazy.
Hey, Brent, be good, but just so you know, security cameras will not keep me out of Kentucky from activating.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Hopefully everybody so far has had a good weekend. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know, satellites are used, CW. Yeah.
I'll give it that, because that's sometimes, you know, it kind of reminds me of CW now, because when I go out and I hunt satellites every single day, I always make contacts. But I went to Dayton and I got off my schedule and I didn't hunt for a few days. And then I went a couple of days and I went out and I couldn't make a contact to save my soul. I could hear everybody good. But I mean, now mind you, they were all busy passes that I ended up working, but I just couldn't get in. So,
and storming all weekend in Southwest Missouri. We've had some storms here, but it's that time of year here that you can almost count on every afternoon you're gonna have a thunderstorm.
Yeah, because you're in Florida.
Get used to it. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say you're from Georgia anymore. I'm going to say you're from Florida. So it rains every day, and then an hour later it's dry for Dan.
Yeah. Well, not dry. It rains just all right. So it's 95 degrees out, and it rains just long enough to get the blacktop wet,
and
then it stops
the steam.
So it makes it 4 times worse as far as the humidity, because you can see the steam coming off the road. It's like, God.
Yep.
The hillbilly this is a shenanigans line if you ever seen it. He said he got 6.5 inches in 7 hours. Welcome to shenanigans.
Yep.
Yeah, pop-up storms. That's exactly what they are.
No. But anyway, so anybody got any big radio shenanigans that they're doing tomorrow since they're off work? Be nice if everybody, if everybody, no, I'm not going to give that video away, but everybody should just go out tomorrow. I'm not going to give that. I almost gave out a video away that I'm getting ready to do.
I know Chris, like I said earlier, is going to finish the day 2 of his big rove.
Everybody should be out doing 6 meters today, but they're not, because technically the date is 5/2/5/52.
You know, until it started storming here, I had the rig on. I had the beam pointing kind of northwest, so it can cover most of the U.S. from where I am. I didn't hear anything. I did listen though.
Uh-oh, Eric's packing up his radio gear tomorrow. Man, when he leaves Hawaii, people can actually go on the Facebook group and say, "Is Hawaii even on?"
That's true. That's
Oh
true.
wait, they already do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hopefully.
at least you did 6 meters today, Brian. That's all that matters.
I'm not sure exactly where he's gonna end up, but I hope there are POTA entities nearby, and I hope I get a new DX entity out of it. I'm sure I'll be listening for him, no matter where he is on the planet.
I would like to get a Yugoslavian contact, so maybe he'll end up in Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia.
I don't think I have that. He's probably cussing me right now, dude. Shut up! I don't want to go to Yugoslavia.
Yeah, hunting tomorrow. Mo said he's going to finish up his kilo at Okie Woods.
Speaking of Mo, last Wednesday on the stream, Mo said, "I need 3 more for an eagle," and I think he had it Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So, congratulations, Mo, for your eagle and Chief Logan. Now you joined the elusive club of 900,000 people to have an eagle and Chief Logan.
You keep hunting them, and he'll keep stacking them up. Marshmallow might go out and activate tomorrow.
When you say appointments, does that mean you're going to the lollipop store tomorrow?
She has a family reunion in West Virginia.
Wait, what? Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
I better get started making wiener salad for tonight.
Assault that like button like it owes you taxes.
Push that like button as fast as you want your next activation to go.
But no, we've been having fun. So,
Eric, not a lot of U.S. ops have been hunting anybody lately. I think a lot of people have just finally said, "I think I'm done with this with the ban conditions." Because honestly, if you don't go out at night, you just don't do. Like, I literally went to Ohio, did an activation, and turned around and came home. Said it's not worth the gas.
Speaking of not hearing anybody, there was a guy in Cuba. I want to say Charlie Oscar 6 X-ray. I was doing a park down there yesterday on 20 meters. And from here to Cuba on 20 meters is basically like me talking to you while you're in the same room. It's ridiculously loud. So I listened for a little bit, and he had basically the whole continental United States trying to contact him. Huge, huge pileups. But I don't know if he had a really high noise floor or what, because he'd call CQ, and I'd hear this huge pileup, and then dead air. Then he'd call CQ again. And then finally he'd get like one person out of this huge pileup. He'd call CQ, huge pileup hit him. He acted like he didn't hear anything, called CQ again. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I called him. Obviously got through the first time. Me and JMM, the Marshmallow, worked him. And then he calls CQ again. It's like he couldn't hear anybody when the whole continental United States is calling this guy. I can hear every one of them. It's like, man.
Well, it's different places have different noise. Like
Yeah.
there was times this week where I could hear 15 or 20 people down in that noise. I mean, but they were down in that noise, and I couldn't even hear their tones. And when I can't hear their tones, I'm messed up. So I mean, it's just it's not been great.
As Kilo 8 Grandpa Quebec said, propagation is a funny bird. That's right.
So Dennis is in the chat, and just to touch on something that we talked about not too long ago, and that would be the twofer or lack of twofer at Caesars Creek. There was another map going around that made it look like it was. But after Dennis made a little phone call to the Ohio DNR people, it is not. That is the map was just totally bad design.
Yeah, because I was looking on the map that came straight off the park page, and it didn't look like a twofer to me.
Yeah,
Except
well,
in
no,
certain
the one
spots.
you looked at the same one I looked at, and it definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
But I was shown that other one, and it by the other one, it looked like it went around the whole shoreline, and I was like, wait a minute, but he did call and confirm that is not the case. So,
Well, I mean, you're going to go through the same thing next year when you get up there. Everybody will think it's a twofer. So.
every year, I mean, and people's going to log it as twofers, but
You should just get a T-shirt made just for Dayton. So when you first get there, you walk into the park and you wear your T-shirt. Where I am right now is not a twofer.
So, but it's like this: if you logged it as a twofer and you didn't watch my stream, I can't say nothing to you because maybe you thought it was a twofer. But if you've watched my streams and you logged it as a twofer, you need to check your morals because it's not a twofer.
That's true.
No make activating. Hey, there's a shirt for that.
That was supposed to be a temporary shirt.
That was supposed to be a temporary shirt. It should be a temporary shirt, but I just ain't never took it down. It's on my list, Dan. That list that I don't never get to of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff on that list.
Speaking of lists and McActivating, that is also on my list, and it might make it as one of the parts in my series. Wouldn't that be funny?
Well, I'm confused now, but okay.
Okay, yeah. The new video series.
Oh, that series.
Yeah. That the McActivator thing might make it as one of my things. That would be great. Taking McActivating to a whole new level.
Arches on the air.
That's right.
I mean,
Hey.
if you don't want people to talk about you activating at McDonald's, don't activate at McDonald's.
Don't, yeah.
But now what's even more embarrassing is I bet you if I went and looked at his logs in the last 4 or 5 months, there's at least 1 or 2 people in this chat that's in them. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
If you know somebody's not in the park and you're hunting them for the contact, guess what? Might want to check your morals too.
Nowadays, Bob, the playgrounds are plastic at McDonald's anyway, and any other place that has like an indoor playground. Now it's
rare that McDonald's even has a playground anymore.
You could do like a school playground, a swing set or something like that. But
that playgrounds. Here we go. We're gonna get another rant going. Playgrounds nowadays are like POTA hunters nowadays.
They don't have teeter-totters.
They take all the dangerous stuff out. So there's no more teeter-totters. There's no more the things you put all the kids on, and the dad runs as fast as he can for about 45 seconds, and then he falls over on the ground while the kids spin around and throw themselves everywhere. But it's just like the POTA hunters. And this led me to what Eric used to say, or what Eric said a minute ago. He said, if they were dedicated, they would hunt me at 3 a.m. And I'm going to agree with that, because the old school POTA hunters, back 22, 23, I could go all night long. And there was never, you might get a little lull in action about 4 to 6. You might get a little, it might be a little rough to activate, but all the way up to 4, you could get 20 or 30 contacts fairly easy back then. Now you go out at 10:30 and people's like, man, keeping me up late tonight. I'm like, what happened to our playgrounds and our POTA hunters here, people? Have a little bit of danger. Hunt somebody that works late.
Yeah, then go to work the next day, right? and climb up 16
Now,
flights.
wait,
of steps.
wait,
Yeah.
wait. Before you even start that, back in 22 and 23, when I was activating all night, I was going to work the next day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then go to work the next day. Same with same with Terry going to work the next day.
Terry was going to work when he was staying up hunting me. That's Terry, for example. Terry, he used to stay up when he went to work. He used to stay up and hunt all night long. If somebody's doing a row, he wouldn't miss a single contact. Now, if you get Terry to stay up past 10:30, you're doing something, and he's retired.
That's right. He's trying to catch up from all that sleep he missed in the last 4 years.
And that's because you took the teeter-totter from Terry. Terry don't have a teeter-totter to keep him up no more.
That's exactly what it was. I can guarantee you, a lot of them got burned out. And a lot of people that do it casually right now think they're on, the peak of the mountain and better than everybody else. Mm-hmm. But they don't realize, the casual folks that think they're on the peak of the mountain right now don't realize how tall the peak of the mountain actually was.
That's like, and everybody has their own POTA game, but that's like there's certain people, they'll hang out in 3 and 4 for 24/7. That's all they'll activate. And they're like, yeah, man, I got a lot of contacts. I'm doing good. And I'm like, man, I can do twice that contacts in a year, in the same year, and only do one verse. Yeah. It's not like that. And it is. The old school hunters, they hunted, but they didn't care. I mean, they set you in your hammerworts and they'd get out of bed.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get burned out, Eric, but I felt the burnout starting to come on. So I kind of teetered back. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to get, full burnout. But I mean, that was a rough year.
Brian, you're not casual. Brian activates like an old school activator.
Yeah. Yeah. See, all I can think about is me in the Plaque event. I was up. Yeah, that was not casual. But
dude, I used to when the bands were good. We're on the peak of the cycle now, and I say when the bands were good and the hunters were good, just a normal support your parks weekend, I would average sleep an hour per night. Yeah. And I would be out there. Just a normal, not a Plaque weekend, just a normal weekend. I'd stay up 46 out of 48 hours.
I've realized the last couple of years that it's kind of teetered off a little bit when the last couple of events that I participated in, not necessarily POTA sponsored events, but POTA related events, I placed first in both categories in subsequent years, and I really wasn't trying too hard. And I thought there was no way that I could ever have been first in certain categories, but I ended up being first in those categories, even making more contacts than people that were in other categories. And I was like, nah, people aren't really trying as hard as they could, because I barely tried. I did what I could here and there, and I ended up getting first. So that's when I kind of realized that maybe a new blood of people is coming in, so to speak, and not quite as hardcore as the old timers, I guess.
But hey, that's the problem. That is the problem, though, because the old timers, they did sort of burn out, and then these new guys come in and they're like, "Oh, well, you can hunt, from 1 o'clock in the afternoon till, right after New Day, and you get all your hunts in, and you're good. Mm-hmm. You're still in the top, and it's just easy to be there now. Yeah, mm-hmm. And they would never even be in the top 20. No. If the old school people were still hunting like they used to.
Just to put it in perspective for you, back in 2022, 23, I would say easily, Toby and I both, it was a light day to get 120 contacts. That was a light day. We probably averaged 150 to 160 POTA contacts a day, as hunters. And I don't think anybody's doing that now. Yep. See you, Hillbilly Ham. Enjoy your supper. And like you said, remember that tomorrow is all about giving remembrance and mourning to those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for you and your freedom. So it's not don't celebrate it. Remember it.
Don't celebrate it, but send the king tributes of brisket all day long. I do have a cookout to go to tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Mo, that's what I was referring to. I didn't want to call it out by name, but since you did, yeah, it's like, so the year I activated, I won the activator year before last for the Georgia, POTA party. And I mean, I put in a concerted effort for that, and I thought I would have a good chance at it, but I blew everybody else out of the water, even clubs. Now, I can't get a club award for that because I'm not a club, but I even blew, club contacts out of the water. And I was like, there's something weird here. And the same thing this year, being a hunter, the only ranking that I could participate in was being an in-state hunter because I'm in the state of Georgia. Blew that one up. But I also got more contacts just as an in-state hunter than people that were out-of-state hunters. I beat them as well, which shouldn't happen because you can work these parks out of state. You can work these parks on many different bands. I can't. I'm limited to like 40 and 20 if you're way, way, way North Georgia, and the band's running short. So it kind of surprised me. And I was like,
well,
things aren't the way they used to be.
I'll be honest. I think some of the burnout come because of two reasons, and two reasons only. Number one, the plaque event was never a fair event. Never. If you live in South Georgia where Dan lives, you have no shot at being a rover.
No.
Because you got people that can go to 4 for 5 or 4 for 5 or just back to back to back to back to back, and you had no shot. Shot. For example, I tried to rover one year, and I literally went 47 out of 48 hours. The guy who won rover that year went about 12 hours the whole weekend, but he was hitting 4 for after 5. I went all 1-fers. You know what I'm saying? So it was never set up for to be fair to start with. And then the next year they changed it. They said, well, you can't use furs for the thing, but you can activate the 4-fer, and then you can go QRT and activate the next one of the 4-fer. And you can go QRT and activate the next one, where the other guy's got to go 30 minutes in between the parks.
Yeah.
Still not fair, guys. The furs, they just needed to go away, and then they still need to go away. And on top of that, POTA has grew so much, but they're still worried about taking care of the people that's coming in and not the people that's been there forever. There's people, the old timers that's maxed out. They've got every award there is to get with POTA, just about. And a lot of them still don't even have them because they're not putting them out. You got to say, hey man, these guys have been around since the beginning. Let's add some award tiers up here. It doesn't matter that the guy starting POTA doesn't think, well, I can never get a 10K award. Well, the guy who's been here for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, we've all done got those awards. They're just not around, and they don't keep up with the major people. They only try to bring in the new people. So growth is good, but you got to keep the loyals too.
Yeah. I mean, you got to keep your foundation strong. While you build on top of your house. But it was either the last plaque event or one of the support your parks. I can't remember. You weren't even very much trying for a certain category, but you almost won it.
Yeah.
So that right there told me the overall state of the system at that point. I
wasn't trying for the Rove, but I finished
think
third,
second.
one off of second, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yep. I got 4 plaques out of that, and I was within 20 contacts of getting 6 plaques total. I almost swept the entire Hunter, stuff, except I was like 20 QSOs off digital and 20 QSOs off CW, or I would have swept all the plaques. And CW and digital, that was an afterthought to me at that point. That was just, I used CW and digital just as something to pad my overall QSO score. As I was, running 2 radios, I didn't really try to compete in those 2 categories, but ended up second in both. And it's like, that shouldn't have happened. But hey,
Me
more
too,
Hunter
Eric.
rewards and activator reward. Yep.
Me
And I don't
too,
regret
Eric. Yeah, people often say, "I've looked at your hunter stats. You got good hunter stats." They're not from hunting.
Yeah.
They're from park to parks. And 95, 96% of those park to parks come to me. It's very, very rare that I turn on the radio and say, "Let me." Normally, if I hunt somebody at the beginning of my activation, it's one of 2 things. One, I turn the radio on and the band sounds like garbage. So I want to find a POTA station and see what the hunters sound like coming in. Or 2, I turned it on and I'm getting ready to spot and I see like a Patreon or something that's spotted, and I'll scroll over and get them.
Or 3, you turn the radio on and just so happens to land on the frequency that somebody is on.
Well, sometimes, but sometimes I get mad because they're on my frequency, and I just say, "You don't get my contact to scroll on."
Or you got somebody like me that'll park you, then wait for you to go QRT, and then immediately start calling CQ parks on the air.
Like sometimes I literally want to come on the frequency. I've did POTA here for 4 years now, and every day at this time I run my POTA net.
Eric says you hunted him park to park. Well, that's the elusive Hawaii park to park.
Yeah, that's a little different. That's a little different.
It's almost as good as working Hawaii on 80 meters with 5 watts.
Yeah. Hey, and that was a 3:00 in the morning contact.
That's one of those back in the day stories. Yeah, you're right.
Eric's an old school hunter. He hunted me at 3:00 in the morning on 80 meters from Hawaii.
Yep. And I can still remember exactly what you said when you heard that call sign.
Yeah, but we won't say that online. We're gonna leave that one alone. Oh.
It sounded kind of like, what? No way.
Yeah.
But with some added flair.
All right. So for the people in chat, and since we were fussing about why you won't hunt me on the digital modes besides FT8 or FT4, what digital modes would you hunt? I want to know what digital mode you'd hunt, because I'm not against any of them besides the ones that I don't got to do nothing.
I'll hunt you on CW.
Terry said I had to work hard to get 80 meter worked all states.
Oh man, SSTV. Yeah. We need to do some JT65. Okay. Isn't JT65 kind of isn't that a moon bounce good mode?
SSTV, I know I can do. I've done that before. I've never did JT65 or MSK. I don't even know what either one of those even is, but if it's in my software, I can figure it out.
Yeah, we should do some SSTV. That'd be fun.
SSTV will have to be a late night or I'm camping activation, because, well, I mean, honestly, a lot of them are slow. But when you take all the different slots that you have to go through FT8, if you're truly doing FT8, it's about the same.
Yeah, I mean, if you run all the way through FT8, what is it, 15 minute per contact?
Yeah. Well, a lot of the bands I wonder too, because I'll put it in my spot which one, because they all have these different, like I go to P go to Hellscriber, and there's like 7 different ones, and I put in the chat Hellfield, or I'll go to Olivia, and it was something like 8-50 or something.
I saw that once. I've seen that. You can send text and shapes and stuff on the waterfall, so it shows on your waterfall. And I saw that once. I didn't know. I don't know how to do it though.
That would be pretty cool. Because I'll just go to one of my, I'll totally go off frequency and get near one of the where I used to activate, and these vids have taken over, and I'll start sending pictures, just frequencies in use, dummy.
Oh man. Yeah, my vote's for SSTV. Yeah, I'm with Michael.
Okay, SSTV is one thing, but that definitely takes a lot of time. So
Yeah.
what other ones? Come on, it's just typing, guys. It don't hurt.
Mm.
You guys will sit and text people all day long. People will sit and text me, "Hey, what time are you activating? What time are you activating? What time are you activating?"
D-Star on 10 meters? No, he doesn't have. You can't do D-Star on 10 meters. He'll have to have an ICOM. Throb.
I've seen that one. I'll try Throb. That way you can say I'm the POTA Throb.
SSTV of the colonoscopy report on 80 meters. Yeah. Yeah. Contact me on Throb. Yes, sir.
I bet my cousin will burn me up on Throb.
That's right.
So soon as the stream is over, she's going to be like, "Dan, I need to learn how to do Throb."
Your Throb signal's 5.9. I've never heard of Throb. I'm going to have to look at that one.
Well, it's right below Thor, so I've seen it.
Yeah, you can run Throb in Tomlin.
Or Panther.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was in Tomlin when I did it the other night. I could be wrong. I may have been somewhere else.
I mean, those are the only parts you go to, right?
Yeah, I only go to Tomlin and Panther. I don't think they have Flapping Flounder mode, Terry. I know you would work me there.
Ooh, really? Old versions of Whisper can make. Oh, nice. I did not know that. Very interesting. Yeah, how about some digital? I mean, not necessarily D-Star, because he's not an ICOM person, but can you do any digital voice on 10 meters with Yaesu? Can you do like C4FM or something like that on 10 meter?
I have no idea.
That'd be pretty fun.
Probably. Is that a photo contact?
It'd be, yeah, C4FM. It'll be a different mode. Yeah, be a digital mode. Be classified under digital voice. Yeah. Yep.
No, that's something I'm going to learn. I can't just run out and do that in an activation. I can probably Throb it tonight.
God. 991A can do it. I'm sure. Can the DX10 do C4FM? I'm not sure.
I don't know. 10 meters is closed until 2026.
Yeah, you can get up there and do some 10 meter FM and then some digital voice. That'll be 2 contacts. And
You know, 10 meters is it's one of those things. When it's on, it's on. When it's off, I don't know if it's off because nobody really tries it.
Kind of like 6 meters.
Yeah, I bet 6 meters is open right now because we're getting right before summer. So right before summer and right before winter is good time to be on 6 meters.
I don't know. Let me check. 6 meters. I don't see anything down in the CW portion.
Speaking of which, I need to make a 6 meter CW contact.
If I can hear you, I'll do it.
I was looking. I need 6 meters on CW. Don't ask me why I was looking at that, but
what am I looking at? 52.525, right? 52.525. Let me hang out here. I don't see anything right now. Quiet as a mouse. Nada.
well, I can tell you every year and this is saying it is quiet as a mouse, I'm sure, but that's because nobody's trying it too. Because I can tell you every year on Summerfield Day, we get plenty of 6 meter contacts. So, is it truly not open, or is it truly nobody's trying it because everybody says, "Oh, nobody's on there; it's not open." We need a CQ.
Oh, Jesus. You know,
on
6 meter.
on 6 meters. That way we always know it's open.
We need a 6 meter bilkin. That's right. Single sideband. Yeah. 5125 is the SSB calling frequency. That's where my radio, when I switched it to the 6 meter band, that's where it ended up. I didn't see anything there either. I normally hang around 6125. 5125 rather. Nada.
I've got a nice 6 meter dipole.
Yeah.
Need to pull it out and use it some more.
See if we can make a 6 meter contact between here and West by God.
Yeah, we might have to try that this week. I might have to pull out the old dipole and just go sit at the park one day and just say meow.
Meow.
That's what Plasma Zombie says. Say meow.
Meow.
So meow. There we go.
Say meow, right? Meow. But yeah, hopefully everybody enjoys their weekend. Has a relaxing day, and as we said before, remember why you have tomorrow off of work, and why the banks are closed, and why you can't get most anything done.
Well, my boss is a butthole. I don't have off tomorrow.
That's true. He is kind of he's a
but-
slave driver.
But he is letting me go to a cookout
That's good. That's good.
because he likes it when I keep my hand bod.
Are you the one cooking?
Golf Bravo says, I just heard somebody calling CQ on 50.125.
I don't hear nothing. All right, which way? Oh, hold on.
Or no, never mind. Mo
No,
said he
you're-
is hearing conversations, and Todd said he just heard somebody calling CQ.
I'm pointed dead north right now. So. I don't hear nothing. That's the weird thing about 6 meters. It's
Mo said it's him calling CQ.
no. Brian said it's him. Yeah.
Okay. See, do you see why I need the chat on the screen? So if you notice me and Dan did not put the chat on the screen like before, because when you use the TV app, it does go over top of the live chat. So we're gonna have to figure out something different. But that's why I need it there, because I confuse everybody in the chat. That's okay. It's all good. Dan,
we'll listen to 6 minutes. I'm going to leave it right here on 5125 after the stream. And I'm going to point my beam to the northwest. That way it basically covers the whole continental United States from where I am down here in the corner. And I'll see if I hear anybody. while I'm
There-
knee deep in editing videos here.
There we go. You know what? If you'd like to be weight steep, I can send you some.
No, that's fine. I appreciate it though.
I mean, you got the day off tomorrow, Dan. You got a good boss.
Send it to my editor.
And one more thing before we start telling y'all what we got coming up. If you look in the description of this video, speaking of the holiday, there is a Memorial Day special. You can click on that ABR link and save 20% up until June the 2nd with the code HRAG. 20% is no joke. I mean, if you're looking to get some great coax, go get you some ABR with that link right now. 20% is a good deal. Other than that, Dan, what do you got coming up?
Not a lot. Hopefully, everybody tomorrow, please remember, don't celebrate. That's the wrong word for it, in my opinion. I mean, feel free to disagree with me. And the reason why you can disagree with me is because people have died for your freedoms. And we have the freedom to say pretty much whatever we want, whatever platform we want, without undue government censorship. I'm not talking about YouTube or anything like that, but people have fought for your freedoms. They have died for your freedoms. Remember them and honor them and mourn them tomorrow. That's what the day is for. And I'll get off my soapbox. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Dan likes fat men and Speedos, and I can say that.
Because he has a nice ham bod.
Anyway, for myself, I guess it's going to be an early late shift. I may do some digital tonight. I may not. I may look into this. I may become the new POTA throb, because that sounds like something that should be right up my alley. But
what are you doing tonight? Throbbing.
I'm throbbing. So we may check that out. We may throb the night in the park, but
all right.
Other than that, I'm going to be dropping videos all week long, and I'm going to be activating all week long. And hopefully you guys will come hang out with us on Wednesday when we actually have a ham topic and we don't have to talk about throbbing. So
this is going downhill. Take us out. Close it.
All right. 73, everybody.